doing it?
It's so hard to tell with the computer doing its updates in front of me.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
No, we've gotten to this screen before.
Okay.
It's getting past this screen that's the challenge.
Is this how your transmission operates?
Now my transmission works. It's just clunky.
Oh.
It has a shutter. I have to figure it out. We'll get there. We'll get there. All right, let me get this baby. Get her loaded here.
Is this Instagram?
Instagram's really delayed.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Because it goes through a secondary service.
It's delayed on everything.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I do not want to do this.
All right, well, we at least have the chat for YouTube.
Okay.
So, guys, if you're on YouTube, start sending your questions, your comments, your concerns, your spicy takes on things, and we'll start answering them. I need more spice. Last week was awesome. We need more spice.
More.
More spice!
Do. Okay, come on. Highlight. Thank you.
Okay, cool. We're done with updating. Great.
Yeah, it's just a login now.
Technology is fantastic.
Yeah, this computer just doesn't remember any of the login information, which is
Ross,
awesome.
are you sure we're good on Instagram? Because it's taking way longer than usual.
No, we are not actually. I lied to you.
Why would you lie to me?
I thought that.
Why would you lie?
I thought I hit go live.
Why?
I knew it.
Alright, Instagram was my bad. Everything else was
Okay, so I mean,
We're up on Instagram.
we're live.
Oh my goodness.
We're live on
Well,
Instagram.
It worked out because
Okay.
it took me that long to.
I was actually giving you full screen today on Instagram.
It
I
always
like
does.
that.
It always does? I
If you're on the
feel like
computer, if you're on the computer,
Well, so yeah, last week it was like doing the weird cutoff thing. I think for like, oh yeah. Hang on, I have the ultimate password.
and then I just need to do the TikTok. It's just.
Your prompt expired, probably because somebody else got it.
Did you see that we're getting a live action Lilo and Stitch?
We don't need it.
Wait, what? Why would you ruin Lilo and Stitch?
Yeah, nobody asked for it.
I'm just saying.
Disney needs to stop making live action.
Like, why would you ruin that?
I mean, okay.
It's gonna be non-binary Lilo and non-binary Stitch.
Are we live on TikTok?
Stitch is a black people. Jacob asked how you been.
We have been good.
We are good.
All right. So TikTok's good. YouTube is still okay. That logged us in. So that's good. That goes there. This is here. We need to find.
Ample Air Hard. If you guys want super spicy memes, go to Ample Air Hard.
No, that does not.
It doesn't exist.
It does exist still. Okay, we're in.
We're here. We're live.
We've made it. What's new in store?
Ton of stuff, actually. The Sega 12s are in. The Phoenix Backdraft engine is now live on the website. There was an error with it, but it's live on the website.
Really?
What else? We got a ton of new stuff. New Ace Tech tracers, some new gear, new Pelican cases from Specna, tons of stuff. Some of the new Specna bolt actions.
There she blows, the Phoenix Backdraft.
Got some Bull Gear magazines in as well, if you guys are looking for those.
Look at that.
There's the girl.
There it is.
There's the girl.
The new Phoenix engine.
So you say girl?
There's the girl.
There she blows.
Hi. Hello there.
Ooh.
What up, fellas? What up, Charlie? How you doing?
Wow, it is also already 500 degrees in
It
here.
is. Yeah, it gets hot. Well, you're in a sweatshirt.
Yeah, I was very comfortable before.
Yeah. Now you're here.
Now I'm here. Getting reposted by PTS has made my day. I'm glad.
Hey, I know that guy.
Tag doesn't require P-top now. Yes. Tag just released that they are no longer going to require P-top for you to purchase Tag grenades. That happened yesterday.
But what do I do about my B-top license?
You shred it. So they still are kind of wanting us to like check IDs. Obviously, you need to be over 18 to buy them. They're pyrotechnics and everything. And then launchables are back. Reapers and Fates are back. They're not in stock yet, but they got approved by the ATF. So gigantic news. Launchables are coming back. And
But take the dust off your M203s.
take the dust off of them. If you got the shells, make sure you didn't sell them all to your buddy. If he has all of them, ask him for like one back. Because they're coming back.
Bust out the checkbooks.
There will be some available at some upcoming milsims in the next few months, so they'll be available on site. There will be some limited pre-orders on the website because there's a limited quantity coming in this first rush wave to try and just get them back now that they got approval. But the big shipment's coming in November where we're going to have a ton of them. So if you're going into end of November games, beginning of December games, then you are going to have a very big selection of launchables. So get ready, and hopefully you can get it for Black Friday or something like that if they're not already gone by then.
That's crazy. And Ross says, another Wednesday, another hour of harassing Tom and Wes.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. And then, who said I know that guy? That's Eric, our Sweet Rick, our personal
Sweet Rick
Sweet
knows
Rick.
knows our guy. Flashes are back. Yes, flashes are back. Moose is just going through Tagging's website right now and just like saying what's on the website.
Taggin still suggests P-top, just not required. Probably good for people to still get it.
Yeah, so Taggin, so P-top is the safety stuff. If you guys don't know what P-top is, P-top was their certificate or licensing program. It goes over the safest way to use the grenades and everything. Highly recommended. We all know what you guys are going to do, though. You're just going to like not read any of that. You should. You highly should. We're going to recommend you do, but I know how you guys are. So
I don't read anything.
yeah,
Do you read things? You do.
I have to.
I know.
I like have to.
I know. You're a big reader.
I'm not a big reader. I'm like, so that's the funniest part. It's like I'll be on a phone call with somebody like, "Did you read the email?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure." I'm like reading it in the middle of them talking.
Yeah.
As we're.
Yes, I definitely did read that.
Oh yes, I read that. I have opinions on it, but I'll wait for you to finish explaining it to me again.
On the quick, what you buy to play in the East Tennessee Mountains? Looking for power and reliability for Milsim in an AR-15 platform.
I would get in the eastern part of Tennessee, a very mythical gun is created actually called the MTW. If you're looking for something that's very reliable and you want to adjust the power for where you're playing, HPA is always the answer in my opinion. And the MTW as a pre-built HPA gun, that is a very, very good gun. I highly recommend it. We do custom builds here, and the guys over at Wolverine know what they're doing when they're making a pre-built HPA gun. I'd highly recommend you look into that, or grab one of our custom guns. I would highly recommend HPA, though, if you're trying to get something that's pretty powerful. If you guys aren't familiar with East Coast play, it gets very humid, it gets very hot, especially during the summer. So definitely wear stuff that's appropriate for that. But outside of that, as far as gun goes, you can't go wrong with HPA. Can't go wrong with pretty much a more modern AEG as well. They all run very well.
Yeah.
But I'd recommend HPA.
Yeah, in today's world, most AEGs out of the box actually do shoot really well. But if you want to go HPA right in your backyard, MTW.
Yeah.
No doubt. So today is my wife and I's wedding anniversary. 15 years, baby.
Thank you for spending it with us.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Spend it with us. Can you believe it? Oh no, I have arrived. Much respect.
Yay, Frag's back. Hey, Frag, are you going crazy about the new announcement from Taggin? Totally didn't hint at it last week.
He's probably, that dude had more launchables than I've ever seen a human being have.
Yeah, I think his entire kit was launchables at one point. I think he probably had more launchables on his body than a regular EPM1 will carry as far as BBs go.
I think it's his personality.
It is.
He can finally be himself again.
Yes. Frag, welcome back to us. We missed you so much.
Doesn't have to live a lie anymore. Oh, frag. Alright. Just making
There's
sure.
another one, consensus on something. I think it was up higher.
Oh, question. What's a consensus on Daytona guns? Just learned about them.
Very fun. Over time, you'll definitely have to do more maintenance to that than other HPA systems, and groupings are a lot wider. If you're gonna do it, I would do an LMG or an AK.
Daytona guns are really cool. They take the, if you're just learning about them, they're kind of like a gas blowback rifle that's been HPA tapped, but they use AEG mags. It's quite an interesting system, but like Tom says, the consistency I've seen out of Daytona guns hasn't been amazing. So if you're looking for something that's like more of a fun aspect rather than a far shooter or achieve the highest performance, they're a blast, but they're expensive
Yep.
and they require a lot of maintenance.
Yep.
So just don't have the highest expectations for range and accuracy.
Yeah, one of the most fun guns you could shoot, but because of the recoil and everything, the way the system operates, you can tune them and you can get them shoot like crazy, but you are going to have to maintain them to make sure that they shoot very good. And it over time, all that vibration and everything, it does. You do need to maintain them a lot more than other airsoft guns.
Yeah. Just ordered 20 SAT VVD variable piston heads. Going to put them in everything. I have so I can adjust between fields.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. We make them at night until someone went to sleep. The two of us bombed the market at Copperhead. I was feeding him rounds.
Yeah.
You have no idea how happy I am. No words can express the pure joy and ecstasy I am currently feeling. There is a lot of braking for Daytona.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the I always have a problem with the conversation.
Yeah, the sidebar conversation in the comments. Yeah.
Alex is happy. Launchables are back. I'm happy because Tag 19 is back.
Yes, Tag 19 is also back.
Also, G&G ESG B10 doesn't fit EPM mags, we found out.
Interesting. Okay.
That is interesting. Huh. Have you guys heard that you don't need P-top for tags, or is it true or just a rumor?
Nope, that is true. They made an announcement about it themselves. They themselves have released that you do not need P-top any longer. So when you come and buy on our website, it still might ask you to put P-top information in, might require something of you still on our website because we haven't been able to update it because it just got announced yesterday.
Yeah.
But you do not need P-top anymore. We might still ask for ID just to verify that where the shipping address matches the billing address and that you are over 18. That is about the only thing that we really still need to do with them, just because they are still pyrotechnics.
Launchables at the Amped Airsoft Arena, please confirm.
Well, oops, you're in the comments, so you can confirm that or not.
Come on.
I'm not turning the corner point blank and getting a...
Oh, you can.
That'd be...
At the arena. No,
That'd be-
probably not. I would say that's probably not going to be allowed.
Top of the steps.
Honestly, I would...
Disregarding the glass ceiling, just launching into rooms.
I would just be... Honestly, I would feel bad for anybody launching a $15 projectile in a CQB arena
Yeah.
with unlimited respawns.
Yeah.
All right. Confirmed by Amped Ian. No launchables.
All
Angry
right.
emoji.
All right, so no launchables at the Amped Arena. Gee, that was a shock.
Yeah. Had no idea.
Apparently they're clearanced out at most places. Oh, yeah.
The Pistons.
Yep.
That's crazy. $10 instead of $90. It's a good deal. Just buy them up, use them.
Yeah.
When it comes to an AEG, I was thinking about making the switch to a 14.8 volt battery. My MOSFET can take it. So what's your thoughts and best suggestions?
I highly recommend using a 14.8 if you can use it, and your motor, not just your MOSFET, can handle it, because especially if it's not brushless, the brushes from that high of voltage can burn out much quicker. But if you can handle that voltage, you are going to get a lot more performance out of it, so long as you understand that there's a lot more energy that your motor is now going to have to handle, and your gears, and there might be it might be a lot higher of a torque peak when it first starts up, so you could shear teeth and everything. You have to make sure that your gearbox is built up for it. If you can handle it, I highly recommend it, though. It's a very good upgrade.
Can't disagree. So the ML36 only match at Amped Airsoft Arena. So everyone just uses an ML36.
I mean, if we all run it, sure.
Can't have shit in Pittsburgh. You aren't wrong.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Consequences for launching them anyway.
Banned from the field. Immediately walked off.
What about the buckshot rounds?
Buckshot rounds, I think, are okay, because the buckshot rounds basically act like a shower grenade, like
Right.
a normal 40. I think that's allowed at the arena because it's basically like a shotgun shell.
Empty and confirmed.
Amped Ian, please confirm.
Amped Ian, confirm our questions. Alex point blanked the floor at Northern Front, killing 6 friendlies to take out 3 enemies. He'll do it.
Yeah.
Going back to the Flak 10 G&G, what's that thing called again? I always forgot.
It's a very weird, the B10.
The B10.
The B10.
The mag catch hasn't worked for a single mag we tried other than the one in the box.
So we ran, I think Logan was running some EPMs. He was able to get it running,
Yeah.
but he said he had to slam the bottom of the mag like it was a real AR to get it to seat properly. That seems a little aggressive, I will admit, for an airsoft gun, especially because the magazines are plastic and you don't want to break your followers on your magazines. But he was able to get them to seat properly. We might need to take a look at that and see if there's any filing that we could do very easily. Brian at G&G is very, very good at taking feedback. So if you guys have any feedback, let us know, and I'll just tell him that his product sucks and he'll fix it. Like, he's very receptive to feedback.
That's what we want to see. You want to hear, listen to the people who are actually purchasing the product.
Yeah.
Which is what we like.
Yeah.
Buckshots are allowed.
Oh, all right. So buckshots are allowed at the arena, but not Fates or Reapers. That's, again, shocking.
Quite reasonable.
Yeah.
If you ask me. Just got to make sure it's a really hot day for the buckshot rounds for maximum back pressure.
Yes.
Here's a question, too. Favorite MP5? Mine would have to be my Sistema TW5.
Oh, are we talking like just an airsoft? I thought we meant like model, like an A5 or an A4. Or...
I think I have a very large soft spot for the A4. I like the full stock. It's very cool.
I very much like the look and the feel of the A4.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see Grant's 10mm video?
Yeah.
No. But I think my favorite MP5 for airsoft actually is an MP5K with the stubby mags, because there's not a lot of really good concealable airsoft guns that will still range pretty well. Like a P90 is concealable, but it's a little chonky. MP7s are always concealable, but they're a little bit expensive. The MP5K is very reliable,
Yeah.
and you can fit it like under a jacket or something if you're going to like a LARP game.
It's also a V3, so
Yep.
it's very like upgradable. Parts are available
Yep.
for it, and it works really well.
It's fairly easy to work on, especially if you get one of the SEMA based ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're fairly easy to work on.
One thing I think I remember seeing was the Picatinny backplate
Yeah,
for the MP5K.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then doing like the drop stock from an MCX.
yeah, like the gas mask one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I thought that was a very cool look for the MP5.
The fact that Polar Star came out with a UGS CGS adapter specifically for it was cool.
Yeah, gave it a buffer tube,
Yep.
internal HPA.
There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with the MP5K.
And
I think that's my
it's,
favorite.
It's weird because you don't see it very frequently. It's so available and it's so usable.
It's so funny to me too because like we've HPA'd some of them and you can get some crazy range with them.
Right.
Like it's nuts how far you can shoot with that short of a barrel. Now you're inefficient as hell.
Well,
But
yes, small price to pay.
yeah, but still like super fun.
Yeah, I had an MP5K for a while. It was a great little gun, and it was really fun to use. I don't know, it was very cool.
Yeah, no, they're
So-
great guns.
But I think I always do want to. I lean towards the A4 with the Surefire flashlight for handguard.
Just trying
No, no, I want to
When?
soon.
That could
to. Yeah,
be
yeah, when?
You just need to have.
We can get it in. I just have to have Lex put it on the next order.
Yeah.
You need to figure out how to get straight mags with the PTW.
Yeah, right.
3D print. See if they make a 3D print file for like mags that are.
The problem is it's not the mags, it's the guts of the mags that are curved to shape with the 9mm versions. They probably wouldn't.
I wonder if we could use UMP guts because the mags are similar.
Print a whole entire PTW 10mm mag, and then spring it yourself and see if it works.
Well, that's the problem. Is the guts are gonna have to fit that mold.
Yeah, it'd be very tough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not impossible. The only thing
Just have
that
a channel in the 3D print. Just
Yeah.
stick the
yeah,
string gun in.
the
Yeah.
only thing that would almost be impossible is the mag cutoff feature.
Yeah, but it is a very cool look.
It is. A hot take for me, I don't really like the 10mm.
Oh, I thought that's how you used to run your own one. Because you remember you like the.
Well, he had the stick mags,
I
but
had
they
a
were still
stick
9s.
9mm mag.
Yeah.
It was one of them. I found it.
Damn, I wish they had 9 fucking PTW. Come on with some new stuff. Come on, Sistema.
Sistema does not even bat an eye at the MP5.
Yeah, Sistema is basically just like, yeah,
Some new stuff.
We made an Infinity
We-
gearbox. We did something for
we-
the next 5 years.
we know you all want the same stuff we had in 2006.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, a hot take. Not a huge fan of the 10mm mags. Nothing against them. I just
I don't have an opinion on them. I like the straight mag look, but I don't know. Like I ran a UMP for a while, and I just always thought the UMP mags were way too freaking long for all the tight spaces you were trying to get a PDW in. Like that compact of a gun.
having them.
Yeah, no. When I had them on me, they were crazy big.
That's how I felt when I ran a P90.
Yeah, they were insane. And what I didn't realize is when you got really low, like around the bumper of a car,
Yeah.
like if you have like a car to maneuver around and you're like a sedan and you're like trying to get right underneath it,
Yeah.
the mag was so freaking long. Like the grip's here, the mag's like here.
Oh, it's insane.
And so you would get around the car and start hitting the ground and not realize because of how long the mag is.
yeah.
So that was always my problem with them.
Yeah, and I mean, I found myself with the even the 9mm mags on the MP5, you kind of have to like,
Yeah.
you just can't the gun, but then it's an airsoft gun, so.
Then it's just gonna curve.
Yeah,
right?
so it's.
That's actually why. So, my real AR, I have that primary arms scope on it because I wanted to get an ACOG at some point. And what I was originally doing was 45-degree angle,
Yep.
my red dot to
Yeah.
like just do quick shots. And I actually switched because of Airsoft to doing a 12 o'clock mount for my red dot so that I would be doing the same thing in Airsoft that I was doing on my real gun.
Right, you're not training for, oh, I hold the gun sideways, rounds still go straight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But love the MP5. I mean, a couple years, what was it, 2 years ago? It was like the year of the MP5. I mean,
Oh my God, we had every single company making an MP5.
and everyone was,
Yeah.
you could not get the VFC Avalon MP5 at one point.
No, because it was so hard to get.
Yeah, which is an awesome gun. That's what I had before my Sistema, and it was genuinely a fantastic product. So,
Sell it?
Hmm?
Did you sell it?
yeah, that one had the Midwest on it and everything.
I
It
don't
was
know,
a
I
great,
remember you actually selling it.
Yep.
Yeah.
very good question. Hear me out. Gustav with buckshot rounds for CQB. Go for it.
I don't think you're going to enjoy it because I don't think the buckshots are going to make it the whole way down the barrel with any like velocity. Like 20% of them might.
It'll also take you the whole length of the match already loaded.
Yeah.
If you hate yourself, you can buy APS Mark III shells for $6 each and shoot 12 BBs per trigger pull. Those are cool.
Yes, you can hate yourself that way, yes.
Dude, I'm on a very low scale of the want list. I want one of those shotguns.
I always thought they were cool because they were like the only shotgun that operated like how an actual shotgun works. Like it had a cloud of BBs that had a wad in it. The only thing is it's just
Picking up the shells.
pick up the shells. It's something to worry about. Then I think it takes away the fun factor.
Yeah, when you're worrying about, like when you're shooting a real shotgun, it's like, ah, ha, 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 ha.
Oh,
you know,
whatever,
whatever.
Yeah.
But when you're like, oh crap, I just lost $17 worth of airsoft shotgun shells.
Yeah.
It's like, that
Well, you know what's
sucks.
funny is, and you might have a different opinion on this, but
Probably.
I almost, if they told me or they made them, yeah, probably. I think if they would have made them not reusable, I would have cared less about having to buy new ones. You know what I mean? Like if I knew going into it, oh, I don't have to care about picking those up because there's no reason for me to want to pick them up because I can't use them again.
If there was a way, the only way they could do it would be, obviously they can't use
A wad.
well, something that detonates.
Yeah, no.
So it would have to be a chamber
Yeah.
in the gun for the gas or the CO2.
Yeah.
And then the shells are just actually that inexpensive that they just,
They fray, basically.
well, yeah, they take the air from the shotgun or the gas or however you want to do it. And then, yeah, you just eject the shells. They're one-time use. They preload them. You buy them pre-weighted.
Yeah.
I want 3.2s. I buy
Yeah.
these. And then you just go to town.
I'd buy that.
That would be super
I
dope.
actually would buy that.
I think that would be fun.
Because then then I don't care about it, right?
Yeah, it'd probably shoot better, too.
It probably
It'd
would.
be more consistent shot to shot.
Guys, make it more fragile. Well, you'll actually sell more.
But I think that would be really fun because you could imagine HPA tapping a shell ejecting shotgun,
Oh, God, yeah.
but then it's like a real shotgun where all you have to worry about is your shells.
Yeah.
No other aspect.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of some serious engineering.
I would actually buy that more than something where it's like, oh, but the shells are all reusable. You just need to go find them. Now it's in my head that, oh, I could just save money by going and picking them up.
I'll never use that outdoors.
Yeah.
I don't want to use a baggie on the
No,
side of it,
no.
which is honestly a nice little Band-Aid that they
Yeah.
made for it, but overall, it was so close.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fishing line attached to each shell, so you separate.
Air tag on each.
Air tag on each shell. And as they cycle through, total cycle.
Yeah, but
Check TikTok. Let's see what we got on TikTok. Unless we've been kicked already.
nope, we're chilling.
All right.
YouTube is absolutely blowing up.
You guys know what's up. Instagram's the place to be.
Instagram is the place to be. I think people just like it. Well, it also sends a notification to every follower.
That's true.
That's why.
Yeah.
Bring back no engagement distance at AMS for tagging rounds. I miss clearing rooms with fates. Frag, I'm not even answering that one.
No.
Can't clear a room with fates. I quit.
No, just no.
These guys are chatting. I remember when PTWs were the sheet.
Yes.
They still are.
They still are, actually.
still are,
They still
to a
are.
degree.
I mean, we were talking about this with the GBLS and Sistemas. I mean, the GBLS is now just like the more modern version of a Sistema, but honestly probably less reliable because there's more moving parts.
Think about the GBLS and PTW. What? Just let us do our thing, dude. You keep
Yeah, you're just like
distracting
over there
me.
giggling.
Keep distracting me. No, I'm just kidding. With that face especially.
Yeah.
The thing with the PTW in a sense is, and we always compare the GBLS and the PTW, but in a sense they're not even.
They're very different systems.
PTWs were the shit because they were ahead of their time.
Yeah.
And AEGs have officially reached the point of their performance and now are surpassing their performance.
I will agree.
So it's like, are they still the shit when you think about this airsoft gun that's from 2008 that shoots like a brand new one? That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But when you compare them at like, I guess you'd say like surface level, or
Well,
something
even
along
price level. Like,
well, price is a whole nother ballpark, but they're cool. They are a little outdated, but they're definitely still competitive.
yeah, they're great.
So, very cool.
I love a gun that you just pick up and you don't have to care about it, right? Like,
That ain't a PTW.
Well, you're right. But, like,
To a degree.
to a degree, they were, like, one of those guns where you weren't going to really mess with it other than, like, the cylinder for FPS.
You do some barrel work, but that's about it.
That's about it, though. And, I mean, even...
Well, no, you do the motor. You do the motor, you do the barrel build. Depending if you needed more battery space in your buffer tube, you'd do E-Tiny Electronics.
Yeah.
The only thing that really remained stock was the shell, like the gearbox itself.
So it's just the same as the GBLS, because I've replaced the motor on mine. I've done a whole barrel build on mine. I've done actually a whole new buffer spring on mine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, it's the same thing.
Yeah, to a degree.
Same, but different.
Same, but different. They are, yeah. But I will say, I definitely debunked the whole, don't get your PTW wet, it's gonna break. I don't believe that.
I don't believe that about any airsoft gun unless you're literally like...
I ran your PTW through a storm immerser.
What?
That?
You did?
Yeah, you remember me running it through the storm immerser?
He ran it through the rain,
Seriously?
and then I ran it through the rain at Op 34. It's my first American Mil Sim.
Oh, wow.
If you go diving through the Amped Airsoft archives, watch the Op 34 video. It rained like a mother in that video, and the PTW was fine.
Huh.
Actually, an F1
Went down.
failed before my PTW did, and everyone was like, HP's,
Yeah.
It started shooting and staging on its own.
Well, so actually
It was
that is
crazy.
That is a thing coming up for
Scary.
us, because me, Logan, and David are all going to Midsummer this weekend for Stag Ops. If you guys haven't heard of Stag Ops, go check them out. They're a fantastic event company. Midsummer's like their kind of Milsim West style game. It's crazy fun. It's very low player count, which they cap on purpose to make it very fun. And then, but the reason I bring it up is because we're talking about weather conditions and stuff. It's gonna rain in Vermont, in like North New England. It's gonna rain, and I'm bringing my MTW with 33 grams, and I'm like, every part of this gun I feel like is going to be fine in the rain except for the fact that it uses electronics. Now the board is the new waterproofing that they have on the new MTW boards, but I am so nervous
You're
about
fine.
rain. I know, but I'm just so worried about it.
I just think for me is if you're actually worried about rain and you're doing like a long-term event or like a long duration event,
Yeah.
if you know you're going to be down for a little while, just unplug your battery.
Which is what I'm gonna do.
You can't harm
I have
electronics.
the new battery grip from them,
Right.
so I can literally just flick it off.
Right, and then it helps
Yeah.
at least in that regard.
The other thing I'm doing is I'm bringing my N7. I was gonna bring the Mancraft, but I didn't want to bring different mags for everything.
Valid. Bring a can of compressed air. You can blow out all the water. Or that stuff. It's that that electro spray. You spray on electronics to give them a better connection. It's hydrophobic.
Yes. Oh.
I don't know what brand it is.
What is that? I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, if you know what I'm talking about, that's all that matters.
Yeah, but now I need to look it up on Amazon. What is it called?
You ain't gonna get it by tomorrow. At least if you're getting it shipped
I'll
here.
ship it. I'll ship it to Billy's house.
Oh, well, that's
I'll ship it to
valid.
Billy's house.
You get it at like Ace Hardware.
Billy, you're getting a package.
But yeah, that stuff. But either way, yeah, water and airsoft guns are usually okay.
Yeah.
This is actually a cool question. Speaking of real steel, hypothetically, say you wanted to do a 1-to-1 copy of your AR-15 in
Yeah.
airsoft. Would you go HPA or GBB as far as just playing? If it was just for playing, I'd actually probably do an AEG.
Yeah, I agree.
Personally.
If it's just for playing,
But
I'm getting really, really happy with the 33 grams. I thought I would hate it, but I can get through about 4 EPMs on EPM 1s, but I can get through about at 1.5 joules in my MTW, my 10.5 MTW, 1.5 joules, 3 2s. I can get through about 4 mags. I'm actually kind of okay with like, I can get through probably 1 to 2 engagements before switching to 33s.
it's not bad.
So, I mean, like, for me, I like that better. What?
Eric's looking at me.
No.
I'm watching the live.
I wanna look at him.
I was like, what do I say? What's wrong?
No.
No, I think for me, I've been having this debate with, I started having it with David when we were at an event. I think it was at the Gun Gamers event when I was really using the 33s.
Just started beating each other up.
Yeah, we just started fighting each other. But I was getting at it where it's like, if you have 1.5 joules, right? If both guns are shooting 1.5 joules, 33 grams, same barrel, same everything, but it's an AEG versus an HPA that you can control the dwell on, at a certain point, I still think the HPA is going to outperform it because you can control the air volume better.
Right.
But I do think it's almost negligible at a certain point.
To a degree, yes. I think if I'm going to stick with this question to how it was asked, I'd probably have to go HPA over a GBB if it was just for playing. If I just was like, oh, I want to copy this, but I'm not really training with it,
Yeah.
I'd do HPA. But if I was actually training, which is kind of the premise of this question and the reason you'd copy your AR,
AEG.
I'd go GBB. If I'm sticking in line with the question.
I would.
HPA or GBB?
Okay, if we're sticking in line with the question, it's for training reasons. Then what I would do is I would get a GBB if I wasn't getting an MTW, because the MTW has the empty mag detection, and it has the last round, like you have to hit the paddle on the side. So that's in my head training still, but that's the only HPA system out of the box that has that preset up.
And would mimic an AR-15.
Yeah, exactly. I would say if you really are trying to go for a cloning of your AR for Airsoft and you want it to be training, I would get a CM4 from KWA, an AEG, and then I would put the rail you want on it. I would put the attachments you want on it because it has the empty mag detection. It has a little felt recoil. It's the gearbox, you can put a Gate Titan in it.
Yeah, you can get it to be pretty solid.
Plus now, here's the other thing. Gate just came out with their like resistance clicker thing.
Yeah, the trigger.
So now you can even have resistance on a Gate Titan, so you can even have that versus like a Perun or...
I think Leviathan did it first.
Leviathan, I think, did it first too, but now Gate has it too. So, I mean, you can really get
your AEGs
very close to a real AR as far as not recoil. It's the only thing you really can't get out of it.
I mean, ARs don't have a lot of recoil.
No, I mean, even we were shooting, 223 at the range the other day, and it felt like a AEG recoil almost.
Dude, a freaking GHK with CO2 mags.
Oh yeah, they kick almost more.
They kick hard. So
I feel like the stroke's a little longer though than on an AR, because an AR is very quick with the recoil.
Well, the return of the bolt is slower on a gas blowback, I would assume, because the recoil spring isn't as strong.
Yeah.
Because there's not as much force pushing it. So, but close enough, that's for sure. Good question, nonetheless.
Very good question.
What kind of tubes are you guys rocking? Like L3?
I have an L3 and an Elbit, and then I have, well, no.
I think mine are
All right, worse.
I feel like they
Oh
got-
no, they were L3 and Elbit. I have two green.
Who would be the... What would you presume mine would be?
Yours are ITTs. They are basically Elbits, but they're old gen Elbits.
Yeah, I knew the guy mentioned what
You-
tubes they were.
ITT, for those of you watching and are nerds, if you don't know what ITT is, that is what Elbits were called during like 2008, like 2002 era of night vision tube manufacturing. KM tubes were also very common at the time. Those tubes were all basically made by the same company that is now Elbit and split off into L3. So depending on...
Technically, I have all the brands we just mentioned.
Yes, actually. Yeah, technically, yeah.
Technically.
I have an L3 too.
You have an L3 tube, yes. Yeah, you have an L3 tube. Eric has an L3 monocular. I have an L3 monocular and an Elbit monocular. But they're both green. They're both very similar specs, so it doesn't bug me.
One's white, one's green.
Yeah, one's white, one's green.
And then
I don't know why I get headaches.
And then I have a thermal in the middle that I
have a thermal in the middle.
No, I'm just kidding.
I would totally see you doing it there.
I have worn it one night just to see how painful it was. It's horrible. It's horrible.
I can barely handle a Cody.
The Cody you have to turn on and off. The way I work with the
Like-
Cody is I do about a 30-second scan. If I notice something, then I really turn it up and I really focus in and go, that's definitely a guy moving or something moving. And then I turn it off. And then we'll walk a little bit further. I want to say every 20 minutes I'm
Stop,
turning
look,
it
and
on.
listen, bro.
Yeah. I'll do a quick scan. That's what me and the One Legion guys were doing because Nutmeg has a Cody as well. So I was up front, he was in rear. And when you're running a Cody, you're not using it the whole time. You're literally turning it on, scanning, turning it off, moving, turning it on. If you see something, lasing it with your IR device or just doing a quick lasso and then your guys know and then passive aiming the rest of the time.
Yeah. I'd have to put more time under a Cody, but
I feel like because it's a shops Cody, and I've had people run it that have never run it before, and they all get annoyed by it because I just don't think they have enough hours.
it's a training thing.
Yeah.
It's time. But nonetheless, yeah, we have a hodgepodge of tubes, that's for sure.
Yeah, we have a ton. A bunch of guys are in the shop also rock Photonus Echoes, which honestly are great tubes.
Yeah.
If you can get your hands on them right now, it's pretty hard with the Ukraine war to get and the Israeli-Pakistan war going on. It's really hard to get Photonus. But those are great tubes if you can get your hands on them too.
The PTWs just disappeared out of Airsport community.
Oh yeah.
Airsoft.
Airsoft.
Just happy to be able to yell in broken Russian and throw tag 19s at people.
Tag 19.
Let's see. Use electronic duster gas. There you go.
Yeah.
Got the packaging designed and set for the Simps patches squad. Can you read that?
Yeah, send some simples.
What?
Squad, identifiers, morale, patch, sets.
Oh, would love to send you guys a sample to try out.
Yeah. Poppins is here.
But yeah, just shoot us an email.
You guys know any one-eyed dudes who play Airsoft? No. Not off the top of my head. I know some very blind guys that use glasses when they play, but not one-eyed guys.
I don't know anybody who plays with one eye. Like, truthfully.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, truthfully, no.
What's the best rifle and sidearm for beginners?
I would say nowadays the best rifle is still a budget M4 to start out with, or no, I think an M4 is always better for beginners, and then the best budget sidearm would be an AAP-01 for beginners.
Dude, I'm sticking, hater. You're trying to save some money, bro?
You're saving like $10.
All right.
I
That could be very crucial.
You're right. I think you're
AAP is
very
better.
wrong.
I'm just saying,
I
if
think-
you want the best budget, there you go, there's a budget. That doesn't dip below functionality.
I just think the magazines on an AAP-01 are better.
No, I'm not saying the hater's better than the AAP-01. I'm saying if you're really on a budget, you need a functional sidearm. And
Then get a Springer.
No, but that falls into the category of non-functional.
It functions.
You know what I'm saying.
He didn't say budget. So he did just say
He said beginner. I would say an AAP-01 because
Did he say beginner? Oh, it's not budget? Then never mind.
I would say
Disregard.
AAP-01 and I would say a Specna Flex M4 for the price.
Yeah.
I would say if you can do the core, because the core is only a little bit more expensive, and I think the core is actually quite good for the price. You have some options from G&G. You have some options from SEMA that are also going to be budget-friendly M4s. I do recommend an M4. I don't recommend a weird platform because then your buddies can have mags that you can share. Most people at the field you'll run into will have magazines that you can share. You probably have the same battery space that, if your battery goes down and somebody next to you has a spare one, you're getting into it, right? So, you want to have an enjoyable time. You don't want to have to leave the field because you have such a unique, weird gun that people probably are going to like, but you'll be able to play longer and have a better time with your friends if you have something that everybody else does, you know? That's my take.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can definitely start out playing Airsoft with an M4 or even an AK.
I think an AK is good.
I think you don't have to necessarily stick with an M4 as long as it's something you're going to use. I mean, if you're getting into it, you're going to have to buy mags for the M4 or an AK.
Yeah.
You're going to need a battery to get started for either platform.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, like Tom said, Specna, they're pretty solid. And you can get an AK from them too, so it works out. Wes, sell me your Vant. Come pick it up.
He'll sell it to you at Bolt Bash.
Yeah.
But you guys don't know, Bolt Bash, August 12th. Not August 12th, October 12th. I can't read.
August 12th? Oh, shit, we missed it.
We missed it. We missed it. No!
Can you believe it?
Oh, no.
You guys missed Bolt Bash.
Oh, no. No,
Tom was celebrating 2 days ago.
no,
That's where you were.
Oh, yeah, that's where I was. I was at Bolt Bash down in Virginia Beach. That was so nice. I want to go back.
I want to go back to Florida. That leads into, can you put a real steel rail on an airsoft gun? If so, how would that work?
So you can...
Hang on.
Ah!
My
Sorry.
thought process was maybe an AEG barrel nut, but I wasn't sure. So it depends on the airsoft gun.
Yes.
So, like, for instance, we've been talking about them a lot, but the Systema PTW can take a real steel rail. GBLS?
The GBLs can take a real steel one.
GBLS.
GHK, if you're talking gas blowback, can. MTW can and cannot.
Oh, really?
It depends on the year model. They change the threads at some points with the upper receivers. And the newer ones, they actually did a little kind of a trick with their threads. You can put some real steel barrel nuts on, but they're mainly designed for AEG rails. But the way they made their threads, they made them just off enough that they are for AEG, but you can get it to work with some real steel barrel nuts. Now, one thing of note for people who are trying to work with barrel nuts for rails, oftentimes with AEGs, the outer barrel has a little flange on it that is a certain thickness for the barrel nut that the gun comes with. And it's made for an airsoft gun. It's not to spec for a real steel. If you go to put a real steel barrel nut on, the threads will be the correct thread pitch and will work, but you may need to go to the hardware store and pick up some extra washers to space it out properly, because even though you've tightened it down all the way on the upper receiver, the outer barrel might be flopping around on you because there's not enough material, because it's an airsoft gun versus a real steel gun.
Yep. But you can. Just depends on the gun itself.
Yeah.
Best budget rifle and sidearm, inner barrel and mouthful of BBs.
Yeah. Okay. That's definitely actually the best budget.
Doing a Russian kit for Milsim, what would be a great gun for that? I have to jump out of a box truck.
AK-105. AK-105.
74U.
74U. Even just a AK-47 wood frame, like wood furniture if you're trying to do militia. But if you're trying to do Rust 4, AK-105.
Just get an AK-105.
It goes with every kit. If you're trying to do milsim and you're trying to do a milsim that is very kit oriented, the 105 is going to be one of the best ones that goes with pretty much anything. And I would recommend an LCT. E&Ls are great.
Oh, you would recommend an LCT?
I would recommend an LCT.
No.
I would. You and I agree. I think have beaten this horse to death.
Yeah, that horse has been buried, dug up.
Clip that.
We tried to revive it. It didn't really work.
Did Pet Cemetery, killed it again, put it back in the ground.
We have gone back and forth on the ENL LCT debate, I think, a lot. And where I think you had the most valid point was LCT makes a lot of extra furniture that's based off of the Zenico line of furniture.
Correct.
And if you're trying to copy a kit from some guy, a lot of times the gun is not a base 105, it's a 105 with some crazy rail on it. And so for those reasons, I would have to say that the LCT would be better to start than an ENL. Now, if you're worried about budget and you don't want to spend $400 on an AK, just get a SEMA.
Yeah, if you're keeping it stock,
Just get
a SEMA.
Just get a SEMA and call it a day.
But the PP19 is also another one.
The
Arcturus PP19.
I'm a little bit more hesitant to do the PP19 because again, mag compatibility with people around you when you're at a milsim.
He's also talking about himself, though.
That's true. Yeah, you should be able to sustain yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't buy a gun because of what other people are doing.
Yeah, but
I'm just joking.
Buddy 8 is a thing.
It is.
Buddy 8 is a thing.
I will be completely honest with you, though. I can't ever think of an instance where I was like,
I'm going as a paratrooper, AK-12. He's doing VDV.
oh, then AK-12.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Then AK-12, I would do the Arcturus one.
It should absolutely be an AK-12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
74 ammo.
AK-12.
Second, but
Yeah.
AK-12.
I didn't know. I didn't see that until you brought it up.
I just thought you guys were talking about it, so I was like, nope.
But anyway, I have never once been like, Eric, I need a mag, and he like, you know, or like I've never once.
I have.
I've never done
I
that.
have in heavy brush like Darial or what's the other PA game? A lot of the PA games and the West Virginia games where the brush is really thick, I have spammed BBs just to try and get guys through brush because it's that thick. But that's the only time that I've been like, I'm out of mags.
See, I don't know. I've never. Well, what if he's running 3.2s? I'm running 4.8s. I'm not. You know, like.
Wow. I mean,
No, I just leave me alone. I will leave you alone. I will use my stuff. If you need something, sure, I'll throw you a mag. But I don't know. I just have never needed that. I've never been in that situation.
I get the weight problem because I've run into it when I've asked for mags. But at an MSW or at a Gun Gamers, people who supply BBs, generally everyone is running the same weight. So that's not something I worry about.
Right. Well, in that case, but I'm talking about more. I guess even in then, I haven't been in
Well,
that
if it's
situation.
an AMS, I carry Odin on me, you know?
Well, you can't load your magazines unless you're
I
in
don't
the
load
fog.
it on me. I just carry
Did you see
it
that
on me.
on Combat Casuals videos? That was so funny.
Can we have more spicy comments? Last week was so good
We
with
got
the spicy
we have
comments.
6 minutes.
Ah!
But yeah, that was funny. It was just like he's literally just like standing there with this huge camera, and the guy's just like.
The one guy was dumping his like BB's newest box mag.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was that one. Yeah. So good, so good.
Well, guys, we do need to shout out a few games coming up. So we have Midsummer Nightmare by Stag Ops this weekend. That's our only game for this weekend. And then next weekend, we do have Gun Gamers out at Skirmish, PA, for their role-play game, as well as there's another game that weekend.
I don't know. Why don't we look at the Amped Airsoft event
There's
schedule?
another game that weekend. I'm drunk. I'm bad at this. I'm bad at life, guys. Sorry.
It's like your one thing.
It is my one thing, but like I have it down. Gun Gamers and TRP is actually the same weekend. Can't miss TRP. And then after that,
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
seriously, that's what it is this weekend?
It says it right here.
That's so awesome. But then the big weekend after that is Copperhead and MSW at Darial Line, or I think it's Darial Line or Darial Breach
I don't know. It says it right
at
there.
Benjamin Franklin Range in PA. So if you're PA local, that's coming up. And if you guys are trying to hit the Super Bowl game for Copperhead for AMS, Copperhead is happening that weekend, and then we hit into September.
Can you believe it?
Yep.
Lots of stuff coming up.
Temple Run. Theater subset.
What? What?
Temple Run.
Legends of the Temple Run. August 25th, Temple Run. That'd be fun, dude.
You just have to jump over stuff. They just keep throwing things at your legs. Dodge the tree!
Oh my goodness. Boys, we got the account back. Did I hear spicy? No more personal account for Airsoft stuff. The Temple Run theme song. Oh,
The
man.
amount of events in PA right now. Of course, I just move away back to the land of cheese. Oh, I thought you were in Philly.
What?
What events in PA?
Oh, there's a ton of events in PA. But yeah,
Lots of stuff, guys. Hello, Dark Horse. How are you?
sets coffee down.
Irene. Are we doing Irene?
Oh yeah, we'll be at Irene. Yeah.
We will see you there.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever done an Irene.
I thought you did when Kurt was when the last or second to last one when Kurt was going Irene. I thought you did.
I think my first event was Hell's Survivor.
Did you survive?
Yeah,
Did you do it?
I almost broke the trailer.
Seriously?
Yeah. You know the big latch on it?
Yeah.
You know you're supposed to, you open it,
Yeah.
and then you're supposed to close it.
Oh, you didn't close
I
it.
left it open, and then I'm like, man,
Walked on.
I'm like, this thing ain't going to the ground. And I was like,
Oh, what's going
it's
on?
the first time using the trailer, and Kurt was like, you're gonna break our trailer. I was like, I didn't know. And then it was like 20 degrees, and we had to set up.
The big tent.
No, we had the trailer.
The
We
silver
had to
one?
hang no, it was the green one. It was the first time we used it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we had to hang everything. And then Kurt was like, I want an energy drink. I was like, okay. He's like, I'm gonna go get them. I was like, that's fine. I was like, I'll see you in a few minutes. I was like, no worries. And it was like an hour and a half later. I'm like hanging up all his product. It was a great event. It was fun. It was great. But either way. But fun stuff.
Yep.
Love watching this while waiting for the doctor's office.
Yeah.
Dude, leave it on for your doctor's
Yeah, leave it on.
appointment.
For the next minute.
Show your doctor.
Show your doctor.
How do you diagnose these two? Yeah, they're idiots.
Doctor, what's wrong with me? I watch these two idiots at lunch every Wednesday at 1 o'clock.
You should stop watching them. They're bringing your IQ
They're
down.
ruining. They're ruining your brain. They're rotting your teeth.
Oh, man.
All right, guys.
That's about it.
2
So,
o'clock.
If you didn't know,
We're done talking to
I'm
you.
going to get this right this time. If you don't know, every Wednesday at 1 o'clock we do the Lunchtime Live for 1 hour. So join us next week for Wednesday Lunchtime Live from 1 to 2 p.m. here on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. See you guys next week.
You did it. Good job.
I've been